Hi guys, let me explain about the core switch. This is a 9400 switch. Basically, the model of this switch is 9407, means 9407 switch is model. So this basically used as a core switch, means we have the access switch, we have a distribution switch, we have the core switch model. So if you talk about the collapse core architecture or three tier architecture, you are going to use this particular core switch. Means especially if you're using the three tier architecture, so we have the core layer, and we have the distribution layer, that is known as DL, and then we have the access layer. So access layer basically use the small switches, but distribution layer and the core layer are going to use the bigger switches. So this Cisco, this particular switch I'm showing here, this is known as a 9407. So this is the model of switch 94,000 series of switch. So this is going to be used in a data centers, might be any big building, any branch locations, any multiple floor building, you can use that. Why this is a core switch? You can see this switch having the multiple ports. Here you can connect the multiple devices. So these are the front panel of the switch. So you can give the multiple port connectivity. Even you have the modular, you can just replace this cards also with the line cards with have the more ports. So this is known as the modular switch, means multi chassis based switches, and you can connect the multiple devices by using these ports. You can see how many ports are available. These also ports are going to be used, and they are going to get the multiple power supply also. They having some sort of the fiber port connectivity, some kind of the even T1 connectivity, means whatever you want to do the connections, you can do that on this particular switch. And if you just see this is a back side, means it's going to be completely full from this side, but front side is going to look like in this way. If you just rotate a little bit more, this is going to look like from this side. So this is the second view of this particular switch. And if you go to back side, you're going to get the exhaust of the switch. So you're going to get this kind of the view where air is going to be circulated from this switch, but the every connections, you can see this is the one side, and this front you going to give the all connectivity, means power is going to be there. You go and connect their fiber core port, your copper port, whatever you want to do that, you can do that. And even you have the USB port, you have the console ports. So you can just connect this and it is going to be useful. Even you want to see the top view, there is nothing is connected, you can see. So from this side, you're not going to find anything on this switch, but only from the front end side, you're going to get this all connectivity. So this kind of the switch, bigger switch, whenever you want to use for any industry, these switches are going to use for the core switch, and there are the catalyst switches are also available, 9000 switch also available. So even you are going to get more bigger and bigger switches, which is going to use for a data center. So I hope you understand. And if you get a chance in data center to see this kind of switches, you must go and see that. If you're not able to see that, you can just visualize, or you can just read the data sets also. If you want to see more about this switches, you go and see the data sets. Data set is going to give the entire details understanding. What is the ports, how many ports, what gig of ports available, what is the backplane capacity of this switch, how many maximum throughput you can get that, how many we can kick the routing table on this particular switch, how many you can create the SVI. So everything is going to be there. So if you want to learn more, you just go and search 9400 switch datasets. Especially this model I'm showing, that this is a 9407 model. So you're going to get more information about that. So I hope this is going to be very useful being a network engineer. You should visualize how the switch is going to look like, how my network router is going to look like, how my data center is going to look like, because this is a very first prerequisite. Whenever you want to become the network engineer, network security engineer, your mindset should be very clear. What are the switches look like? How many switches are going to be there in the data center? What are the access layer switch? What is the data center core layer switch? What is my data center distribution layer switch? How the router is going to be connected? So if you have that kind of mindset, probably you're going to get more insights about the networking and security. That's why I'm just showing that kind of the feature of the switches. Thank you so much, guys.